football coach in Georgia. A constant source of joy and laughter in our lives. Best friends with her older sister from the day she was born. That's how Patrina Best's parents remember their 38-year-old daughter. She died Saturday inside their home, killed by her boyfriend, Carl Kearney Jr., according to Prince George's County Police. Court documents reveal he waived his Miranda rights and admitted to detectives that he strangled Best during an argument earlier that morning. He told detectives after it happened he had driven to Virginia in Best's car, but then drove back to Prince George's County to turn himself in. Police charged Kearney with first and second degree murder. Kearney is a high school football coach at Spalding High School outside of Atlanta. His students were shocked by his arrest. Many said they considered him a father figure. A former student and football manager told our NBC station in Atlanta she'd seen Best with Kearney at basketball games and was in disbelief.
Just a great coach, a great teacher, a great father. He always brought his kids around us. Just a great person, and he was very well loved by everybody. I am glad that he did go turn himself in. He did the right thing by doing that.
Combating domestic violence is a focus for Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy's office.
A few years ago, we went to Annapolis to ask that strangulation become a first-degree felony offense. We were successful in doing so. That type of offense now carries up to 25 years. What that does is it gives us an opportunity to really hold offenders accountable.
And while in this case, Kearney turned himself in, she says it doesn't make a difference in terms of the actual outcome.
We have someone who is deceased, who had every right to live. However, as the police investigate the circumstances into this case, as we consider all of the evidence, we will make the appropriate charging and potentially sentencing recommendations at the appropriate time.
Kearney's bond hearing is set for this afternoon.
Here we have another case of domestic violence, and this situation just got out of hand. I don't really know the circumstances which led up to it, but News 4 is learning more about a woman who was killed over the weekend in Prince George's County, Maryland, and her boyfriend, police say, confessed to her murder. Now, Patrina Best, 38, was found dead inside her parents' home in the 800 block of St. James Court in Accokeek. Authorities said her boyfriend, Carl Kearney Jr., 43, turned himself in to police after strangling her that morning, police said. Best's family remembered her as a young, fun-loving, warm-hearted person who made friends easily everywhere she went. Now, they said as the daughter of a U.S. Navy Chief Petty Officer, Best lived all over the world before she graduated from high school in Georgia and then earned her nursing degree. Now, Patrina was a constant source of joy and laughter in our lives. She was guaranteed to be present for every birthday, holiday, and special occasion. The Best family said in a statement to News 4, she was a wonderful person in every regard. She was the light of our lives, and we will miss her dearly for the rest of our days. This is a very sad case. Let me continue. Best leaves behind her parents, her best friend, and older sister, Giannina Best, her brother-in-law, and a niece and nephew, who consider her the greatest tita in the entire world. She also leaves behind her beloved dog, Luke, who traveled with her every location she worked as a traveling nurse, the family said. Now, after Carl Kearney Jr. turned himself in to the Prince George's Police Department, the officers went to the location. They actually went to the home located in the 800 block of St. James Court to check on her. They found Best, 38, unresponsive. She was pronounced dead on the scene, according to the police. However, Best's family told Fox 5 D.C., she and Kearney were friends from college, and he was helping her move things from her apartment to her parents' home when the altercation occurred. They were not a couple, the Best family said. In a statement, the family described Petrina as a constant source of joy and laughter in their lives. Now, during an interview with the detectives, Kearney confessed to strangling Best during an argument, like I stated earlier. He told officials he tried slapping her in the face to bring her back before he fled the scene. Trying to slap her in the face after he realized, see, that's like a heat of passion. So if they weren't a couple, what's the point of him strangling her in an argument? Where's the emotion coming from? Now, Kearney left the scene in Best's car and traveled to Virginia, where he called the police to confess the crime. Now, he has been charged with first and second-degree murder and related charges, according to Prince George's Police Department. Now, Kearney is the head coach of the Spalding High School varsity football team, reported Fox 5 Atlanta. He was born and raised in Griffin and played for the high school team in the 90s before being hired as the head coach in 2020. Now, Sports Illustrated said Kearney spent parts of 2 NFL training camps in 2004 and 2005 with the New York Jets, appearing in preseason games each season, but he never made an active regular season roster. Now, Mrs. Best was a nurse who cared for others, who helped to preserve life, and now her life has been taken away in such a heinous fashion, said Prince George's County State Aisha Braveboard. Yeah, now you have reports saying that they were a couple, that was his girlfriend, but the family's saying that they weren't a couple. It seems like they are trying to protect her in some type of way. I think they were dating. He just got into his emotions for whatever reason. He was triggered and just lost his composure and snapped. Some people just don't need to be in relationships. To me, it's obvious that a lot of people should not be in relationships. It's not guaranteed that things are going to work out. Now, a judge ordered Kearney held without bond Tuesday on charges of first and second degree murder charges. His next court appearance is March 18th. As you know, a few years ago, we went to Annapolis to ask that strangulation become a first-degree felony offense. Prince George's County State Attorney Aisha Braveboard said, "We were successful in doing so. That type of offense now carries up to 25 years. So they just got that sentence to be up to 25 years in a first-degree murder charge. What was it before that? It should have been a first-degree murder if it was intentional." Let me play this second clip and get some more insight of the story.
He is charged with strangling his girlfriend, 38-year-old Petrina Best, to death during an argument. Best's family released a statement remembering her as a loving sister, daughter, and aunt. They say she was a dedicated nurse and a wonderful person in every regard. Today in court, an attorney told the judge Kearney and Best had a long-time on-again, off-again relationship. She says the incident fits a familiar model of domestic violence.
This is a very sad case, and what we know is that 1 in 4 women will experience intimate partner violence in their lifetime. 68% of those victims will unfortunately experience strangulation. And strangulation is the most heinous form, I believe, of domestic violence.
Kearney will remain in custody.
So apparently they were a couple. They were on again and off again, trying to make it work. With that on again, off again stuff, you have to realize that when you break up, you're breaking up for a reason. You got to move on. Keep trying to make it work. That's not going to end well. Just let stuff go. I just want to say rest in peace to Petrina. She was 38 years old, man. So young, had a lot of life to live. I want to say my condolences to the Best family. And to this guy, man, Dude, you should have got out of your feelings, man. You was only 43 years old. Now, you might do 20, 30 years in prison for a situation you could have just walked away from. But you let your emotions just overtake you. Man, you're ridiculous, bro. So rest in peace to Patrina. All right, I'm gone.